specifically the holidays, play a huge role in the Torah. For example, when it comes to Passover, there are many rules and regulations, such as taking the Passover sacrifice. Now, we don't do that today because we don't have the Holy Temple. But in the days that the temple stood in Israel, till the year 70, every Passover, the Jewish people brought a lamb as a family, as a community, and slaughtered a lamb and ate that lamb the night of Passover, roasted. You also had to eat matzah, that flat, unleavened bread. You also had to tell the story about the Jews leaving of Egypt. So there were a lot of rules that it says in the Torah. There were different types of sacrifices at the temple. There were some that were called a korban oila, an wholly consumed sacrifice, that nothing was eaten of it. There were some only the priests got to eat from it, and then there were some sacrifices that the Jewish people got to eat from it. This was one of those. The Korban Pesach was you had to slaughter it on the Temple Mount, but then you could take it home and you could roast it and partake from it. So the Torah gives us a variety of different kinds of sacrifices. This is a consuming sacrifice that we can eat under certain circumstances. Meant you have to be part of the Chabura, you have to be counted among the group. So let's say the Shul by the Shore decided, you know what, I mean, one family can't eat a whole lamb. In a whole lamb, it takes a lot of people to eat a whole lamb. So we said the whole Shul together will chip in. So as long as you're counted, you could be part of our Chabura, part of our group. One of the more severe laws of Passover is the prohibition against having anything leavened in your possession. Chametz. It's called chametz. You can't have anything in your, either own it or in your possession during the holiday of Pesach. It's a prohibition that's said over and over and over again. Don't find any, don't have any, get rid of it. Okay? Now, if I asked you, what is an example of chametz, you would say the most bread. Bread is the number one thing that we all know that you can't have on Passover. Any bread, you can't have any sandwiches, you can't have any bagels, you can't have any pretzels, you can't have any pitas, no challah, none of that stuff. All of this is we considered chametz. Chametz. It's called leaven. The reason is, of course, we understand because the Jews left Egypt quickly and didn't have time to bake the matzah. That's why matzah is unleavened. Now, what constitutes leaven? What makes leaven? Thank you very much. You put it together with yeast, and what does yeast do? It rises. Okay? So matzah has to be baked very quickly. Right? It has to be baked very quickly. So how do you make matzah? You take flour and water, you mix them together, you knead them, you roll them, bake them. That's it. No other ingredients. And if it's after 18 minutes, then you got to keep adding water and kneading them, all day long. But the best is to do it under 18 minutes. Boom, into the oven. The oven is going to be really, 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 really hot. Really hot, and that's how you have matzah.